welcome to round 3 of the Mahindra Australian Volleyball Super League. My name is Mitchell Broom. I'm from NetTalk, and I'm joined here today with Brooke Sims. Welcome.
Thanks.
Are you excited for this match?
Absolutely.
This is a heater we've got for round 3. This is the bronze medalist, the Melbourne Vipers, versus the gold medalist from previous season, the WA Steel. What do you reckon we can expect from this match?
A lot of good plays, hopefully some long rallies and some really good serves, aggressive serves.
So, Brooke, tell us a bit about yourself. You've played with the Melbourne Vipers.
Yes, yep, currently playing.
Yep, currently playing. So,
I used to play for the Australian junior teams when I was growing up, and I went to America on a scholarship and played for 4 years over there, and then came back when COVID hit.
Oh, nice. So, big match today. A lot of players you probably recognise out there. Excited to see how they battle out. I'd like to quickly thank the sponsors of the Mahindra Australian Volleyball Super League. We wouldn't have such a successful league without them. So Mahindra being the proud naming sponsor, Scape supporting partner, Hancock Boss Wrestling, Mikasa, and SBS On Demand. So, last week, the Perth Steel women had a pretty successful round against the New South Wales Phoenix women, going up 3-2. Not a bad score for them. They'll be pretty happy with that one. And the Melbourne Vipers women having a very successful round against the Canberra Superheat women, collecting some extra points, going 4-1 last week, and also collecting a bonus point.
Please welcome to the court, number 3, Elise Hislop. Number 4, Jackie Tambourine. Number 7, Victoria Wells. Number 10, Jasmine Serra. Number 12, Leah Clayton. And your captain, number 18, Tessa Brown. Finally, your libero, Janae Walters. That is your team for today. Melbourne Vipers, ready for a bit of energy right now as we welcome our team out onto the court. Make sure you give every one of them a big cheer. Number 1, we've got Gwen Thornton. Make some noise for player number 4, Arlen Gurney. Welcoming player number 7, Olivia Nawafa. Give it up, number 8, Louise Bates. Make some noise, number 15, Caitlin Toomey. Number 20, give it up for Emma Lynn. And in position for captain as well as libero, we've got Rochelle Roshi Sisson-Lim. That is your Melbourne Vipers team for today. Make some noise as we get ready with 40 seconds on the clock. So close to that very first set to mark. Don't forget, we have a full...
So the teams are now on the court, ready to go. Couple of changes for the Melbourne Vipers. They're missing quite a key player this week in Eliza Carly-Hines, but Katie Tipping is back after being absent last week. Gwen Thornton stepped in. It was really, really impressive. Lights out on the right side. Katie Tipping's back. How do you think that changes up their game?
I think it strengthens the team quite a lot in bringing Katie in. She's obviously been playing at the Volleyroos recent times, so it's a really strength to the team, and hopefully she only adds to the strength as well.
Yeah. Louise Bates is going to start us off for the Melbourne Vipers. This is round 3 of the Australian Super League. You are absolutely right. We started off with a very long rally. Vipers instantly trying to use Katie Tipping as early as they can. And the Perth Steel instantly engaging Lee Clayton. So, not a bad start to the match.
Yeah.
Not a bad swing there. Maybe just a little bit low. Katie Tipping's quite a tall athlete. Jumps
She's
very high.
Tall. Yeah. She's got long arms.
Yeah. So interesting thing that I just noticed, Danae Walters, the WA Steel Libero, playing in position 6. Not something we see super often. Why do you think that could be?
It could be to nullify their attacks and get more defences in that back row.
Emma Lim now to serve. That's a really strong block from Liv Mauhofer and Katie Tipping. Probably one of the scarier blocking duos out there today, I think.
Yeah, I mean, as you saw, Katie Tipping reached right over that net just to shut her down when she was trying to hit, so...
Probably Perth Steele's intention here is probably to set the ball a bit off the net and access those longer angles against her.
Agreed.
That's a great swing from Leah Clayton. They've tried to use her a few times, establish her as quickly as they can, and if they're not trying to use her, they're trying to use Elise Hislop, also a volleyball, I believe.
Yes, yeah. Recently come back from the Volleyroos with Katie Tipping.
I imagine they'll be trying to use her through the middle of the court as much as they possibly can. Great swing. Vipers instantly answering middle for middle and engaging Liv Mauhofer. It's a great slide from the captain there, Tessa Brown. Again, Steele just trying to pass as close as they can, really use that middle. They probably want to play around the Vipers' blocks as much as they can because they are a very strong blocking team, and we saw that last week.
Yeah, very tall this year. It's good to see.
Great tip. Good to see Katie Tipping being a very large athletic girl who can tip, who can hit power, who can use a very large array of weapons at her disposal. It's a testament to how good she is. A lot of clashes out there on the court at the moment. A few early round jitters, you think?
Yeah, yeah.
We saw an early combination play that didn't quite play out for the Vipers there.
Yeah. Just trying to split that block, keep Steele on their toes.
Oh, no. I think Rochelle got caught by someone's feet at the net there. Wasn't able to get back in time for that cover.
Great utilisation by Perth.
Oh, no. I think Rochelle got caught. Both teams really trying to spread the blocks around really early. Both teams trying, because both teams really trying to use the middle bit, move the middle around rather than those traditional just through the middle of the court. They're trying to run the slide. They're trying to run behind quicks.
I think one of the key things to winning this game is splitting those blocks and getting more one-on-ones rather than two blockers versus a hitter.
Neither of these teams are teams you can probably beat conventionally, other than potentially Katie Tipping on the right side there. But you don't want to rely on her all match.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to be able to share the load, share the weight around the team. It'll just make everyone's lives a bit easier from both sides. It's a great swing from Emma Lim. Lou Bates really setting fast out to the stick so she can allow her hitters to access that line from a potentially late outside blocker. Just unlucky there. Probably the right option to change it up and show a big selection of attacks that the WA Steel are going to have to keep an eye on all game, just not quite executing that one. The skipper for WA Steel back to serve. I'm seeing a trend. Both teams really trying to use the slide, really trying to use the middle as early as possible, which is something good to see. It means that probably both teams are going to be trying to serve a bit harder and pull that pass a bit more often as we go.
Yeah, once that pass off that net nullifies that middle attack, so you know kind of where the ball is going to be set.
That's a great swing from Victoria Wells. It's something that pass hitters and opposites will need to use against this big blocking Melbourne Vipers team. Is you're going to have to use the block to your advantage when you can. Yeah, nice high swing from Leah Clayton, going high off the hands, punishing the Melbourne Vipers block for being maybe a little bit late to that block there, not being as sealed over the net. And there's Elise Hislop. We're going to be seeing her a lot throughout this match, I think. When in transition, when inside out, they'll probably use her as much as they possibly can. Great high, long and strong swing there from Emma Lim. So it's 8-9 towards the WA Steel. When do you reckon we're going to see our first power play, and from who?
Ooh, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see who runs it first and what it turns out to be.
I've been really enjoying watching coaches pick and choose when and where they can use their power plays. Vipers really showing that they've got a variety of tools in their attack, and Lim opting for the tip there.
It's a really good thing to use the tip and long tips and everything, because it keeps that ball in play in terms of getting the defense on their toes and not knowing what their attack's coming.
Yeah. Great short roll from Victoria Wells. So probably, if the ball's in not an ideal situation, probably a good way to put the other team under pressure, the tip and the roll. Absolutely. As well as gaining the advantage back without making the error potentially.
Yeah, putting them under pressure.
Yeah. Caitlin Wincup coming in now, the number 17, potentially a blocking substitution here. That's a fantastic dig from Victoria Wells. Just catching the tape there, no blocker, so that's out. That's a great point by the WA Steel. Credit to Victoria Wells for digging that combo ball, no block. Vipers did a great job running a combination play with Katie Tipping and Liv Malhofer providing no block, but WA Steel just got the dig and transitioned into a great attack. Unfortunately, not successful that time from Katie Tipping. That is a heavy swing.
This is a very heavy swing. Very good angle shot.
Yeah, really stepping inside. The set dropped a little bit short, but that's what we see really good outsides do, is step close into that inside ball and access the angle. So WA Steel not opting to use their power play this first set. Now they're at 12 points. It's 12-10 their way. They can't use the power play. I suspect maybe the Melbourne Vipers might utilise this situation to call it when they get to 11 and maybe catch them. Great high swing off the block. Just a couple of connection issues for the Melbourne Vipers at the moment. They'll be looking to clean that up as this match matures. He just couldn't quite get it over the net there. Good scramble play. It's unfortunate. Liana Kanjasi coming on for Louise Bates. Potentially just giving a different look to the court. Two different setters, probably two different setting styles. Just to give the WA blockers something more to think about. They've done well there. It was scrappy, but it works. And when you're stuck in these rotations, you often just have to side out at all costs.
Yeah,
sort of make it work. Better the ball kind of mentality. Great swing.
Great down the line.
Yeah. Both teams really trying to set speed at the moment. Both teams probably very aware that they're up against big blocks today and opting to set really fast and quite tight, I might add, as well.
Yeah, the faster set allows that block just to have that slight separation, so it gives that access for the hitter.
Yeah. And if the hitter is on time and that's a fantastic block, they're probably... I don't know if they're going to have an easy time stopping Katie Tipping today, but they'll be very happy with that. 16-11 in this set. I think they've gone away with it a little bit more. Carlin still not opting to take the power play. He can, but maybe he's saving it for the depths of the game later on. That's a fantastic block from the skipper. She did a great job reading that high ball set to the outside. She moved early. It was a very big, clean double block. Very difficult for Gwen Thornton to find her way through or around. Again, Vipers being rewarded with that quick set. Katie Tipping knew the middle was a bit late and accessed that seam in what was quite a very heavy hit. Still set points to the WA Steel. Both teams playing really well out of system at the moment. It's pretty much a battle once the initial serve goes over of who can put the better attack in an out of system situation. That's a ripper serve from Katie Tipping. Often go with the jump serve. We didn't see much jump serving from her in the first round, but I'm happy to see she's brought it out for this round, giving the WA Steel something to think about as they shift their passing rotation to try and find a solution out of this serve. Oh, it's a great block from Gwen Thornton. What a great rally.
A few different save balls.
Yeah. Both teams really scrambling to capitalise on this. Vipers will be happy with this fight back. Unfortunately, no timeouts in the Mahindra Australian Volleyball Super League, so both teams have got to find their own solutions on the court right then and there. That's unfortunate. So WA Steel take the first set, 18-15. Great opening set.
What an exciting home game this is for our Melbourne Vipers. Melbourne Vipers fans, let's give it a love to your team. Make some noise for your incredible Melbourne Vipers. So just a reminder, with this league, it's a 2-minute break between each set. No timeouts, and we go through all 5 sets. So we're here for the long haul. The good news is points that are won in any set all goes towards that final tally for our end of season ladder. So it all counts, and your energy.
Volleyball Australia is proud to welcome Mahindra as the new naming rights partner of the Volleyball Super League. Mahindra have been helping sports fans keep moving since 1945. Check out mahindra.com.au for their great range of vehicles. So that was the opening set. Maybe a couple rocky starts out there. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. There was very much a lot of scramble play, and it's turning that scramble play into attack to capitalise on those.
Yeah. I think both teams really visibly trying to use their middles, even potentially forcing their middles. That's probably just because of the block, right? Like, that's something that you girls talk about a lot, is let's just try and move the block around as much as we can.
Particularly when that setter is on the front row as well, opening that block right up, as they've got the 2 options. So having one on one side and the other on the other side, it makes that middle work even harder to close that block.
Yeah. Vipers going down, what do you think they change here, if anything? Or what do you think they're talking about here?
Potentially, again, shutting down that middle attack and keeping that aggressive serve, and the scramble play is what we spoke about.
Didn't see a lot of backcourt activation. I think potentially we may see that, especially from the likes of Katie Tipping, Gwen Thornton. I think they'll be 2 players we might see a bit more from backcourt.
Yeah.
WA probably just have to keep it the same. Maybe clean up a couple of the longer rally errors that they had, but they'll be pretty happy with that result, I think. Yeah. And that's a good response. That's a good response for the opening set.
So it looks like the Vipers have just rotated around one position and starting that setter in position 1, whereas in the last set they had the setter starting in position 2.
Yeah. They've also got Eliza on now for Emma Lim. Changes the rotation. Another player that the WA Steel will just have to keep an eye out for. She's got a bit of a different shot selection to Emma Lim. That's a heavy swing down the line from Gwen Thornton.
Fantastic ace.
Yeah, phenomenal serve.
It's right in that seam between the libero and the pass hitter, which made a bit of confusion for them.
Yeah, right down that corridor of confusion. It's unfortunate. It's a good scramble. Just couldn't quite execute that second dig. This is probably one of the few rotations where you can't really adjust too much in your passing lineup. So they're going to have to find a way out here. Again, just struggling with that pass. It's a server that's on, new for the set. They haven't seen this server yet in the game. It's still early, so they're going to have to find a way out really quickly, or this set can get away from them. Unless we see an early power play to catch up.
Potentially.
Yeah. It really goes to show how important a positive pass is as opposed to a perfect pass. That ball was just high in the middle. It allowed the setter to get there, set a high blight to stick, and then just let your hitters go to work. It's a great scramble play from Gwen Thornton. Great work for the WA Steel. I feel like they had the advantage there for most of that rally.
Yeah.
Just putting the Vipers under a lot of pressure with not making errors, putting them deep, making them work for their point. What do you think?
Absolutely. They had to scramble to put it back into play and put some pressure on it.
Great swing. What an angle from Leah Clayton.
Yeah.
Also, at least Hislop coming in as the middle, serving in, playing a really good position 5, setting about 3 from 3 perfect at assistant balls from what I've seen so far. She went the short one in front of Roshi before, and she probably knew that Roshi's a player you don't really want to serve too often, so she tried to move it around just a little bit too short on that one. Leah Clayton showing she also has a great range of attacks available to her. A really good tip right over the blockers, perfect placement.
Also utilising when Roshi isn't on the court, when that middle is serving.
Something really difficult about when you're playing, being really aware of what the other team's current rotation is, knowing that that defensive specialist isn't in backcourt and knowing when you can pull out that tip or not. They've done it again. That's something they probably talked about a lot this match, is if they can slow her down as much as possible, they'll probably be in a good spot.
Absolutely. Shut down Katie and they've got a good chance. Great defense by both teams.
This is an unreal rally. That's an a truly incredible mid-rally combination.
Yeah.
How often do we see that?
Not a lot. It's got to be a very good one to get that combination going, but the girls obviously spoke about it and were prepared.
Yeah, and that's why we see the combinations. Went up there with no block, confused the blockers, get them caught on each other, and have a great chance to score. Katie Tipping with another ace. That's unreal. Really elevating this Vipers lead at the moment.
Again, changing up their service receive. Sometimes when the aggressive serve goes, there's errors, but that's the payoff for it, is getting those aces and errors.
That's the risk you take, isn't it?
Yeah.
But 1-for-1 right now with Katie Tipping. I don't think she's too mad about that.
No.
It just allows them to get deeper into the set without losing too many points.
Absolutely.
Unreal ball from Gwen Thornton. Again, Louise Bates doing a great job running really good speed to the stick, allowing Gwen to access that angle. Credit to Tessa Brown for actually getting out there and closing a really good seam. Gwen Thornton just hit an unreal angle.
See if they move their block on her now, even though she's back row when she comes back on in front.
We hate slide from Tessa Brown. Again, all it is passing within 3 and then moving that block around. And yeah, how often do you reckon you'd be changing your blocking strategy on a player mid-match? Because Gwen Thornton's hit just about everywhere so far.
It can happen a fair bit. You know, you go in with a game plan and sometimes it changes. So you need to be on the spot with it and have that quick change.
Arwen back to serve now. She's been a little bit quiet this match so far. I imagine the Vipers will be looking to engage her as much as they possibly can. Speaking of, that's a great free ball pass. Her other middle gets to run now. Elise Hislop just showing that she can run when that pass is on the attack line. That was a really good B connection. She found the gap within the blockers. WA Steel closing this gap bit by bit. They started 5-0 down at the start of the set. Oh, it's a great scramble from the WA Steel. Eliza just hitting off hands. Really crafty from her. Knowing that ball's tight to the net. She's up against a great blocking team. Again, Katie Tipping can do it all. High off the hands and outside the court, eliminating any potential dig and transition attack from the WA Steel. Melbourne Vipers now in a position where they can't call a power play, so they're opting to use it in the last 3 sets, I guess. One-on-one block, Katie Tipping showing that she can get up there and read a hit.
It's that reaching over the net and making sure it's closed.
She's a very tall player, but it's arguably far more important to take away space rather than to be tall at the net.
Agreed. As soon as there's space, that ball just goes straight between.
Oh, that's an unreal scramble from the Melbourne Vipers. Just unfortunately losing. Caitlin Waterfall coming on to set for the WA Steel, potentially doing the similar strategy to the Melbourne Vipers' previous set. Change the setter, give the blockers a different look, something different to worry about. Caitlin Waterfall, actually a previous Vipers player.
Yeah, she's originally Victorian.
Made the move.
Yeah, she's living over in WA at the moment.
Unfortunate misconnection. That is a tough one for the middles. The pass a little bit off the net. We want to try and engage them, but it is a very difficult thing to do, is to connect with a setter that's that far off the net, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be hard.
Another hard thing to do as a volleyball player is to come on from the bench and serve tough. Oh, it's a great chase from Roshi. Just unfortunately couldn't quite get there.
Everyone in the crowd, thumbs up, we're all good? Okay, good job.
Another combination play, and Katie Tipping absolutely killing it with that angle shot to 5.
it really goes to show that if you can reach the ball really high, you can really access angles. The ball does need to be quite tight to the net, though, which then you add to the risk of getting blocked because you're closer to the net, if blockers take away space.
Yeah, there's a lot to think about.
16-11 to the Melbourne Vipers. They've really flipped the set. It actually looks reverse. Melbourne Vipers doing a really good job to engage the middle of the court and be really good out of system and block the WA steal. Except for that occasion where the skipper, Tessa Brown, comes in and just demolishes a ball that looked like that wasn't going to go near the middle.
Yeah, good connection.
With the setter that's come on midway through the set too. Another combination play. That's the risk you take when you run combination plays. They're very small margin for adjustment and very high margin of error.
Usually when you have combinations, you've got that release ball. So Katie tipping in that hand would be the release ball on the right side, or the pipe.
But the pass was good. The pass was there to run that. Just didn't quite get the result they wanted. It's a great dig. Gwen Thornton doing an incredible job being the reliable out-of-system hitter that Vipers need at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Katie tipping back to serve now. Set point. She's been in this situation both sets.
Yeah.
Now the set point's actually hers.
I think the block might have been just a little bit early and dragged that ball down with them.
Yeah. Victoria Wells actually looked like she was waiting intentionally to maybe draw that block and give herself something to hit off. We see a lot of outsides tend to do that. Melbourne Vipers running a 6-2, getting the Liana back on and Emma Lim now switching back to that opposite role just to increase the block size at the net to close out the set. What a rally to close out the set.
Fantastic pick up by that libero on Perth steal and great shutdown by Gwen.
Yeah. Both liberos showing why they are that position.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, both teams needing to... Whoever can control that first touch more than the other team and transition to attack the ball, getting rewarded for a good touch, that was ultimately what decided that set.
Yeah.
Because both teams doing a good job activating the middle. Both teams doing a pretty good job at blocking each other when they can.
It's that transition ball off of defence, whether they can shut that down or not.
Mahindra Australia is proud to be the new naming partner for Volleyball Australian Super League. Mahindra have been making SUVs for over 75 years and offer a range of family vehicles, including the 7-seat XUV 7 Double and the Go Anywhere 4-wheel drive Scorpio, which recently set a new Guinness World Record for the fastest crossing of the Simpson Desert, located in the Northern Territory. Mahindra offers Australian families a great value option to help bring your A game every day, with prices starting at just $36,990 drive away, rather. Visit your local dealer or book your test drive at www.mahindra.com.au.
Let's go, Vipers, let's go!
We've had a commentary switch. This is Esther. Esther, welcome.
Hello.
How are you going today?
I'm good, actually. How are you, Mitch?
I'm pretty good. I believe you just drove from Canberra.
I did, yes. We just drove 8 hours from Canberra. We left at 7 to get to the game.
I made the drive yesterday.
Did you?
Because I did not want to get up early this morning.
No, yeah. We won the gold medal. We won the Australian
Yes,
National
congratulations.
Championship, so we decided to stay the night, and we drove back this morning. Yeah, so here though, and it seems like a great game. 1-1.
What do you think so far? You came around
The second set.
Yeah,
End of the first set.
What
Yeah.
do you think so far?
I think it's been quite a good matchup between these two teams. Like, it's a great volleyball and it's great intensity to see these two teams really fight it out, and we can really talk about the different skill levels being played here.
Yeah. I think it was literally from the first set to the second set, as a team switch, it was legitimately a switch.
Yeah.
First set, WA still doing a really good job to block the Vipers and play really well out of system. Second set, Melbourne Vipers did a great job of blocking the steal and playing better out of system.
Yes, yeah, it was kind of like almost the opposite, like you said.
Yeah.
The scores as well, and the Vipers had a good block and a good defense and a good hitting run on that game. The steal seemed to be a bit off system a bit there, but I'm hoping that they would fight it out, and we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, well, I wonder what... It's probably more of a mental shift than anything. No physical changes on court from what I can see here.
No.
Vipers opting to keep Alyssa on the court, starting over Emma. Emma using that, playing that other role of the second opposite now.
Yes.
Potentially a different look at the court. Still no power plays.
Still no power plays. That was interesting, actually.
Both coaches keeping them in the back pocket for the last 3 sets.
Yeah. And, that'll be interesting to see how they play it out and how they use it. Because power plays are usually a smart way of... there's a smart way of having it used in the games. So here you go, first set. First ball here.
I did mention earlier that I want to see the team that can use their backcourt in system, and WA still opting for it then, following up with a block.
Yes.
Credit to them. I personally really like teams that can engage the backcourt. We haven't seen a whole lot of it, so I wonder if whichever team does it first, will that make a difference in their system or not?
Yes, that's true. Pipe attacks are really important in games, at high skill level games here.
Just doing everything they can to shift the block around.
Good pass. Oh, great save there.
It's a really good block cover. So I think we've just seen a blocking shift from the WA Steel. They know that out of system, Katie Tipping probably wants to access that cross.
Yes.
And I saw both blockers then stepping into the cross and taking that main shot away.
Yep, they read that really well.
I wonder now if Katie Tipping's going to change up her shot. We saw a lot of different shots from her in the first couple of sets.
Yep.
There's the tip, but potentially that was a bit of a band-aid play from her.
Yep.
Quite a wide out-of-system set. So instantly, WA Steel mirroring what the Vipers did previous set. Playing really well out of system, getting those digs, getting rewarded for the good blocking system.
Yep.
And now they're 3-0 up.
Wow.
This is a very fast format.
It
the
is.
set can really get away from you quickly.
Really. 18 points is really short.
It doesn't feel that short compared to the 25, but it really
No,
is. It's like playing 5-setter after 5-setter.
Yes, exactly. Especially with the power plays now.
WA, unfortunately, being a little bit greedy with that set, putting it a bit tight to the net. Tighter sets out of system are very hard to attack.
It
on.
is
you
harder.
have to get really close
They've
to
got
the
big
net.
blocks, and when it's big blocks, you need to be more smarter.
Yeah. Alyssa back to serve now. She did some damage in the second set when she came on.
Yes, she did.
That's great from the number 17, Caitlin Winecup. She probably knows she's up against Katie Tipping, and she probably knows that she's going to have to play really smart, play high off hands, use the block as much as she can, and she's done a really good job so far.
Yep. At the end of the day, a point is a point. It's a great point.
Doesn't matter how hard it hits the floor. Yeah.
Great save.
Was she proving
Yeah.
that you should never serve her? Just never serve
Never
her.
get her to be the target. She is really good at what she does.
She leads this Melbourne Vipers team beautifully.
She does.
Olivia Malhofer back to serve now. Let's see what damage she can do to potentially put this WA Steel team out of system. She's done well there. Water with the overcut. Maybe not the strongest hit we've seen from Gwen Thornton today, but certainly a point to point, as you said.
A point's a point.
So WA Steel ran that earlier in the set.
Yep.
Melbourne Vipers instantly having an answer. Right, all right, if you're going to run the pipe closer to position 4, we're going to shift our block.
Yep.
And they've been rewarded by doing that just there.
Yeah, both sides seem to have good blocks now.
We did notice earlier that the WA Steel opt to have their libero in position 6, which does make it a bit more difficult to run the pipe. But they show that it is capable, and they just need to move it around. It's a really good high, long and strong. Actually, over Katie Tipping.
Over, yeah.
Deep in the line. Again, Caitlin Wonka, knowing she probably needs to play a bit of a variety of shots to beat Katie Tipping on that block.
Yeah.
Leah Clayton damaging float serve right down the seam between the two pass sitters down the line there. Probably going to put the team out of system either way. You either get the front court pass sitter and you make their transition really difficult, or you get rewarded with the serving down the corridor of hesitation, as we call it. That is the risk you take. Having a really risky serve sometimes putting into the net can happen.
Yeah.
But these players at this level, you've got to serve tough. If you don't serve tough, it's like a free ball, and they've got all their options, and you probably the chances of you winning that.
You have to put pressure.
Absolutely. Speaking of pressure serves,
Katie Tipping.
so we talked a lot about Louise Bates running a very fast and low attacking system with her setting, and sometimes that's just the risk you take with that as well. She's trying to get Gwen, who's a shorter player, but she gets up really high. She's trying to give her the best opportunity to run fast to beat the blockers there. Just narrowly missing it, clipping the tape. Great slide play from Arwen.
Arwen Rednick.
Your teammate from this week in Canada, she's had a very big week.
We have had a very big week, We've played 8 games in a week.
And this is her 9th game.
This is her 9th game of the week.
Wow, what a trooper.
Playing middle.
Gwen back to serve now. Great tip. I reckon that's the first time I've seen anyone beat Roshi on a tip.
Yes. Usually she's always there.
Perfect placement. That was closer to the centre line than to the 3-metre line, which is hard to do over a block. And that quick.
It is hard to make it short, because usually it's easy to read.
Because if you make it short, you risk the blockers being able to grab it and just drop back at you.
Yeah, that was the perfect height.
There's that backcourt activation from Katie Tipping. And they're going to have to watch out for Lou Bates as well, because she can throw the ball over on 2.
Yes, she
can. That's
yep.
potentially going to create that hesitation for that pass hitter out there to
They'll
the
have
side.
to wait.
Do they commit on the setter, or do they wait for Katie Tipping to come screaming over for the back A?
Yeah.
Speaking of the balls over on 2. That's unfortunate. Sometimes it's really hard to read how much the ball's going to bounce off the net or not.
Net play is one of the hardest parts of it.
It's tough. It's so unpredictable. It's more unpredictable than reading a ball that's going to hit a block, I reckon.
Yes, exactly.
Alana Hassel coming in for Liv Mauhofer, I believe.
Yes, sub 1.
Just getting caught. Unlucky there off the tape. Again, another tape ball.
Tape balls. Everything to do with the net.
There's our first power play. WA Steel opting for the power play. I think they're just calling this because they feel good. They're vibing right now, and they just want to take off with the set. Unfortunate for them, just going the way of the Melbourne Vipers.
Yeah. They have 2 more power plays now.
2 more power plays. They're switching out. They're bringing Caitlin Waterfall back on. Again, just something more for the Melbourne Vipers block to worry about. A different setting style.
Yep. Caitlin 1-4 is definitely an aggressive setter.
Oh, that's awesome.
Great pancake there.
Both teams really want this point. Oh, it's unfortunate. Caitlin link-up's been really great. I think that's her first error all game. I did say Caitlin Waterfall brings a different setting style, but potentially it's a style that the Melbourne Vipers know very well because she's their old teammate.
Yes, she is our old teammate.
Great solo block. This is their last potential for 2 points. Gwen Thornton just getting only the tape there, no block, so the referee calls 4 touches.
Yep.
Carl Lim answering with his power play now. WA Steel only getting 1 of 3 power plays, puts them to 10 points. And we see this very often. Once one team either uses their power play or can't use their power play, the other team answers in kind.
Yes.
And I think this is a very good call from Coach Carl Lim, and I think the Vipers are in a good spot here with this free ball. WA Steel just getting defensive touch after defensive touch.
Great defense here by both teams.
Got really lucky with that one, I think.
Yeah.
So that's 1 out of 3 power plays. If they get the next 2, they're going to be in a really good spot to finish this set off.
They
really
will
quickly.
be, yeah. They'll have a good lead. And we have Bashiri serving.
Maybe a bit of confusion there. Maybe they were trying to run a combination play. Oh, that's a spectacular kick from the Libero from WA.
Great defense here. So close.
Both teams really defending lights out there. Vipers end up getting that power play. They're now in the lead with 1 more power play to distance themselves from the WA Heat.
That's a good advantage they have now.
I think one thing that the WA Steel need to maybe think about in these longer rallies is trying to keep the ball away from Roshi. I think a lot
There they go, 3 for 3.
3 for 3. They're now 15-12 up after being 9-10 down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these longer rallies, I think the WA Steel have got to try and keep the ball away from Roshi.
Yes, they do. The cross-court attacks are probably not going to hit the ground.
Unless they're finding those really sharp angles
Yes.
and putting that position 4 blocker, off blocker in a position where they have to touch the ball.
Yes.
Gwen Thornton just standing, drawing the block, and then teeing off it.
Wow.
It's great work from her.
Off the hands of the block is one of the hardest things as well in volleyball because you don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah. And Gwen Thornton particularly is very good at that.
Yeah, she is. Smart player. There we go, and again.
I think that's something we're seeing progressively more as this match gets deeper is players are opting more to go off the hands because both teams proving that if you're trying to find sharp angles, you get shut down.
Yes, you do. Players at this level of play know where your obvious hits are going to be, so playing the other team smartly is the way to go.
Again, Roshi proving, don't serve me.
Yeah.
Gwen Thornton will punish you for serving me.
Yeah, she will. What a graceful dive.
Alana Hassel back to serve. First serve of the match, I believe. And it's set point for the Melbourne Vipers, 17-13. Gwen Thornton again opting to go off hands.
Melbourne Vipers get the third set, 18-13.
So what we see there differently from the last two sets?
We definitely saw more aggression from the Vipers with their swinging.
They were just happy to swing off anything they could.
They were definitely not playing on the defensive side. They were definitely more on attack, and they were going for it. Every single ball they were whacking.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it goes to show a lot of people that are listening and watching that if you can put yourself in a position to attack more than the other team, more often than not, you'll get rewarded.
Yes, you will.
And I think WA still need to keep the ball away from Roshi in those longer rallies. Like I said earlier, she's doing a great job really taking care of that first touch and putting the Vipers in a position to get the dig. Even if it's high and outside the attack line, they are just putting swings on everything.
Yes, exactly. A three-point pass is always advantageous for any team to have all the options available to hit.
But even if you've only got one option to hit, Vipers proving that is enough.
Yes. That is so true.
WA Steel really not far from the line at the moment. All they probably need to do is be a little bit more aggressive and probably take care of that first touch a little bit more. A couple of times they're going over the net. A couple of times they're maybe too far or too low away from the net for them to put up a position, a set that can be attacked.
Yep.
But really, they're so close. Probably just need a couple more of those net balls to maybe go their way, and they're right back in this.
Yes, that's true. Let's see if they do anything differently this set.
Rotation looks to be the same. Melbourne Vipers probably not changing anything here. Don't see why they would change a winning formula, and they haven't. Looks to be the same to me.
Yep.
Alana Hassel keeps her spot on court. Arwen still on. Jackie Tambori to get us off the way on the fourth set. Immediately puts the Vipers out of system in a position where they can't attack. The WA still were rewarded for that, unfortunately just missing in the execution of the attack, but they did exactly what we spoke about, put the Vipers too far out of system to attack and then put themselves in a position to attack that.
They got a free ball there. It was a bit too much of an angle, but it was a great angle.
Definitely shouldn't be disappointed with that one though. No. They're already looking like they know what they need to adjust.
Yeah.
Incredible dig there from Louise Bates. And access in the middle again. Just maybe not quite far enough, but WA still looking good early on. They're 2-0 down, but they're looking good.
Yeah, they seem to be running their different plays. At least Hislop with the massive height there in the middle.
She's an incredibly explosive player.
She is.
She's been quietened down by the Vipers the last couple of sets. I think the WA still will be looking to use her as much as they can.
Yeah.
Fortunately, that one going long. Again, got to serve tough here. Otherwise, you allow someone like Elise Hislop to just run with no mercy through the middle.
Yeah. You don't want that.
Alana Hassel getting that ball. Perfect pass from the middle. She's happy with that one over there. I can see her smiling from here.
Great defense.
And there's the ball handling error, the double touch, which is fair enough. Vipers knew what they wanted to do with that one, just didn't quite execute.
Yep. Pushing the ball from that far
It's difficult.
deep. Yep, it is difficult.
And that is the risk we take when we run lots of combination balls, right? Is sometimes that pass isn't quite perfect. That pass may be a little bit more towards position 4, not allowing that big gap between a B and the meter inside.
Yeah, so they all were in the same position, unfortunately. Bit of miscommunication. They earned the point.
Fortunately, she's a bit long from Leah Clayton.
Great serves, though. She's
been serving really well all
put
match.
pressure on the Vipers.
It's a great out-of-system swing, and that's exactly what the WA still need to keep doing, is keep just fighting off these aggressive swings and aggressive serves from the Vipers and just putting up swings.
Yes, that was a great swing to the deep corner there.
Yeah.
It's definitely a hard one to get when the libero is also looking for the sharp cross.
Again, Vipers really taking care of that first touch. Jasmine Sarah, I don't think we've seen too much of her this match, but she put some heat on that back eight, and Vipers basically perfect past it.
Yeah.
Had all their options.
Defense on both teams has been great.
Unreal.
Perth still just needs to get it a bit off the net so that they can run the attacks.
Great block from the captain, Tessa Brown. Defensively, these teams look incredible. They're just getting everything at the moment.
There's long rallies here. See some good volleyball.
It's literally just who can put the ball in the right spot at the right moment that wins that rally.
Yep.
Or who can last long enough to draw the error, which we just saw there. Tessa Brown back to serve. Great swing, punishing the block for being a little bit late to that ball.
Yep.
Great passing from the skipper of Vipers.
Release her slope.
Yeah, again, running really fast, causing the blockers of the Melbourne Vipers to overlap too much, touching the net there.
Yep. She's up there before the setter even sets.
It really forces the middle to make a hard decision.
Yes.
Do I commit early and be late to the outside?
Yes,
or...
exactly.
There's that 2-ball from Louise Bates. I knew we'd see it eventually.
Yeah, there's a smart play there. She definitely looks for it.
She knows when the middle takes that early step.
Yes.
What an incredible swing by Elise Hislop. Up so early, like you said.
Yes.
Before the setter is touching the ball, she's in the air.
There's
ready
no time
for
to
it.
think. It's either you block or Elise Hislop gets a great swing.
Yeah. Great pass. WA still doing a good job to quieten down Katie Tipping. She was very loud and very present the last couple sets, and I think they're trying to put themselves in a position where the Vipers either can't set her, or if they do, they get punished with a very good double block.
Yes.
That's probably what I would do as well. WA Steel blocking really well at the moment.
Yeah, they seem to have a really good iron block there.
And that's the reward for serving tough. When that ball's off the net, you can read the setter's shoulders a little bit more. You can read where that setter's going to put the ball. That middle can make that move early. Credit to Elise Hislop, who is playing unreal right now.
Carl Lim calls the power play.
Coach Carl Lim taking a risk here. WA still probably have the momentum, but he's looking to add that extra pressure. And great job, Alana Hassel, for finding the gap there, hitting to one, and getting the Melbourne Vipers their first power play point. One thing that we see with these power plays is coaches will sometimes use them when the other team has gone a string on a points, because once you call the power play, the server suddenly has sort of pressure.
Especially when in this format of play there's no timeouts. This is a great way to get the other opposition team to start thinking.
And potentially to overthink.
Yes, exactly.
And now, the Melbourne Vipers 11-9 up. 2 out of 2
Great
power
turnaround.
plays.
Yeah.
So the risk has really paid off for them. They successfully put way too much pressure on the WA Steel serving side. They got the easy ball, they got the first point, and now they've hustled for the second one. Let's see what they do for the third one now. WA Steel doing a good job to fight off that serve and run right back through Elise Hislop.
Yes. They're definitely looking for her and finding her.
So 2 out of 3 power plays is not a bad result to put them back in.
No, yep.
And as we see, Melbourne Vipers can't call a power play anymore, so WA Steel will.
Yeah, they will mirror it.
And what a better time to do it than Elise Hislop's serve.
That's what happens when you serve to the libero.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's just sort of one thing to be aware of as a player, is potentially to put more pressure on maybe the front court pass hitter or the other pass hitter, because Roshi will just eat that up.
Yes, she will.
As we saw then.
There we go, on the other side as well.
And Tessa Brown, WA Steel love to run through the middle of the court, and they're being rewarded.
Yep.
And that's 1 out of 2 power plays. So now we're looking at 12 all. And if they can get this third one, they'll be in a really good spot for the rest of the set. Caitlin Winecup coming back on for Victoria Wells. Potentially a bit of a bigger block. Probably what the WA Steel are thinking. And she's probably going to go straight out to Katie Tipping. Yep. Tessa Brown going out to Gwen Thornton early.
They get their third power play.
Yeah. 2 out of 3, I think.
Yes.
14-12 up. They're in a good position. Vipers are going to have to work really hard to get a couple of break points here to level the scoreboard and try and get this match wrapped up. I think Leah Clayton will want that one back.
Yeah.
She saw Katie Tipping go up for the tip. Katie Tipping opting to not tip down the line, tip into the centre of the court, make that extra movement for the player. WA Steel still in a good spot here. All they need to do is continue to side out and they'll be okay. They'll probably breathe a sigh of relief that Katie are missing that serve.
Yeah, they've got a 2-point lead now.
Carl Lim opting for the 6-2 again, just to improve the block height at the net with Emma Lim. Although I say that, and Lou Bates is quite a big blocker herself.
Yes, she is.
So potentially just to add that extra front court option.
Yeah. And Emma Lim is a great defensive player.
Unfortunate. Again, WA Steel still in a good spot. They've got to go out and serve tough, but they've also got to be really efficient on side out if they want to continue to take this set.
Yep.
And that's not a bad way to do it. Jackie Tamburi would be happy with that one because she was in a really tough spot.
Yes.
Facing away from the net, hand going backwards.
Yep.
Lucky to beat Emma Lim on that one, I think. But I think 9 times out of 10, setters usually always win jousts.
Yes,
They just know how to do it.
Yeah, they are very well trained in that. Just going a little out there.
WA Steel potentially want to be a little bit more conservative on their serves. Maybe that's 3 from 3 they've missed recently. They do want to just keep siding out, but they probably do want to still put a couple in here and there. I wonder what this referee call is going to be. It's going to go to the way of the Melbourne Vipers. WA Steel maybe could argue that ball hit the ground first.
Yeah.
A little bit of a slower tip though.
Yes, it was slower. Her hand came from behind, hit the ball late.
So now Vipers getting that break point, 16 all in the 4th set. Great block from Caitlin Winkup to get out there to Alyssa.
It's definitely pressure on both sides now, 17-16.
Again, opting to serve Roshi. She does well with it. But WA Steel blocking their way to the end of the set.
Yeah,
What
18-16.
An incredible performance from them. Again, pretty much a flip of the story.
Yes.
Each time. Each team that blocks more. I mean, that's fairly obvious, but the team that works smarter in where they decide to block.
Yeah.
But the team that also works harder on serve to get the team past the attack line so they can move earlier to the block is going to get rewarded.
Yes.
WA proving that.
Yeah.
They served well. They blocked far better though. They really blocked.
They were very calm this day.
Yeah.
You could see the composure in the way they played.
Just like to quickly thank our partners from Hancock Prospecting for sponsoring the league. Long-time supporter of Australian volleyball. Thanks to them. Continuing to support our athletes in this amazing Australian Volleyball Super League. Alright, 5th set. What do you think we're going to see from both of these teams?
I think both these teams are going to leave everything on the court now. They have to go all out. That's where it counts.
I think we'll either see one of two things. I think we'll see every single team, every member out there on the court right now is just going to swing at everything. They're going to go after every play. Or we're going to see these rallies go really, really long. Players are going to be really conservative. And they're going to see who can make the most errors or who can be rewarded with the most block points.
Yes, usually with strong teams like this, it's that match up really well. You play it out and wait in rallies to see how the play goes. It's very fun though as spectators to watch and see a great level of volleyball being played.
Absolutely.
The defense has been immaculate with both sides here.
And I wonder if it's probably going to be the team who can win the rally more than once and the team that can be patient.
Yes.
I think the team that's going to be more patient in this 5th set and the team that is playing the long game, putting the ball over, minimising errors, but still putting pressure on. That's probably going to be the team that comes out on top.
It is a mental game as well.
WA Steel having all the momentum after winning that set. They've just got to continue, and that's a good way to start.
It's a great swing there.
Leah Clayton has had an amazing match so far. She found that sharp angle just outside of Roshi's reach. She got unlucky in the 2nd and 3rd set by finding Roshi one too many times, I think.
Yeah, she's definitely been a very reliable player.
Katie Tipping just missing the court and the block there.
Yeah.
That's a narrow miss, I think.
Very narrow.
Probably needs to go a little bit more towards the corner, but at the risk of hitting that position 6 defender.
Yes.
That's a great serve from Jackie. Jackie Tamburi, the setter, So we've seen a lot of these WA Steel players try and serve the ball short, and that's probably a scouting report from the coach, Pauline, who has probably done a pretty good job at finding a couple of tendencies in the Melbourne Vipers game that when we serve them short and they pass like this, potentially they see Lou Bates set a certain way to give them the advantage of the block.
And she's been really doing a good job controlling that serve.
She puts one deep. It's a great defensive touch.
Good tip there.
An unfortunate net touch there for the Melbourne Vipers. Great defensive effort from Rochelle Simpson. WA 4-0 up right now.
Wow, great way to start the set.
Yeah. Olivia Malhofer giving Alana Hassel a break. She came on in the third set. She's done really, really well.
Yes.
Probably just needs a bit of a breather to reset and then maybe leave some time to warm into the match and then use her as a pinch blocker later on. Again, another short serve.
Yeah.
Another short serve, and I saw Elise Hislop move real early, straight to Katie Tipping.
Yep.
That's probably great coaching from Pauline.
Yep.
Saying, hey, if we serve short here, they're probably going to set their biggest option, which is Caitlin on the stick there. Again, early move. But Katie Tipping going out this time, I'm going to use the block.
Yes.
And showing her experience and her knowledge and the range of shots that she's got.
Yep. Great service run there for Jackie Tambury.
Both teams still got one more power play as well.
Yeah.
So it'll be really crucial to see who uses theirs first. Great swing there from Jasmine. Yep. She's come on and she's been really explosive and she's been really dynamic.
She has. Really high arm and high swings there.
See, there's not the tallest player out on the court, but she's really explosive and she swings really high.
Yes, and she was looking for that block there.
Yeah. Looking to punish the middle blocker from being a little bit late. Great swing there.
Another short serve there, but the Vipers managed to keep that off the net and play Beishiri.
So it's a real trend from the WA. They really want to move the Vipers close to the net. They want to take away their transition. Maybe they want to take away the backcourt attack.
Yes,
from
that's
players
true.
like Gwen Thornton. Great work for Olivia Malhofer. She's cold right now. She's cold. She came on, made a couple plays, and now she's just served an ace. She'll be really happy with that.
That's great.
But WA need to figure it out really quick. They can't let this be a run of points from the Melbourne Vipers. Oh, that ball's on the... That's still alive. Great work.
Big block there.
Huge block there with Arwen and Katie Tipping. Well done to the Steel for keeping that ball alive. Maybe just not staying engaged once they got the ball over and that sigh of relief happened, and then the ball was straight back.
Yep. When the ball is often close to the net, it gets a bit hard.
It can just be thrown back really quick. That's a great work there from Jackie to keep that ball on her side of the net and feed her middle.
Yep.
We know that if the WA Steel can use their middles, they'll be in a really good spot. Yes. And Vipers will have to have an answer for it.
Yep. Their middles are really fast and quick to get up there.
Wow. What a rally. Players everywhere. Every team's out of system right now. All right, WA have the control back. That ball's up from Rochelle.
Great pass there.
Oh, my Lord. Oh. So that's what we spoke about. The team that can be patient. The team that can put pressure on over and over and over again. The team that can be more patient than the other team and not let the frustrations of a long rally get to them and draw the error.
Yes, and Perth Steel has called their power play.
I like this call. They're feeling confident. They're feeling it. Melbourne Vipers answer with their own.
Yes.
It's a battle of the power plays.
Wow. This would be an interesting watch.
That's a great block. Again, WA Steel doing a really good job serving and blocking.
Yes.
Serve and block. They're doing
It's
so
a great
well.
pressure at the net.
And that's really punishing for the Vipers. I would argue if Carl Lynn maybe called his a bit too early.
Yes.
I think maybe he should have waited until a bit later. Yeah, the WA Steel called theirs. But in saying that, it's now 10-6. Both teams on their last power play rally. That call has been overruled to be in. So now 12-4.
12-4, that's a big difference.
That's a very, very large difference.
Yep.
The Vipers have really got to do something special here.
You've got to work hard.
Great swing. An incredible rally. Too many things to talk about, but Vipers showing that they can also be patient.
Yes.
And they can gain control back of that first touch and run a quick quick offense to the left side and play off the block. Well done to Eliza.
Yes.
All right, so both power plays gone. It's 12-6. It's 13-6, unfortunately, now. Maybe commentator's curse coming in a bit there. But the Melbourne Vipers have got to do something special here. They've got to really... I think they've just got to go out there and they've got to attack everything.
Yes.
WA getting everything up right now. I think they've just got to go and they've got to be real aggressive.
Yes, they definitely have learned how the Vipers have been playing and been scouting really well. That is in.
That's a great serve.
It's a great serve.
From Jasmine. Again, who's come on and just been this clutch player.
Yes.
Emma Lim coming on for Eliza. Just giving her a breather. She's had a great couple of sets. They're probably going to go after Emma here. Opting not to. Unsure if that ball hit the end turn. I think the WA still think it did, but I think it just hit the tape.
Yeah, it hit the tape. Great pass there by Gwen Thornton.
And that's great trust in your teammates. Emma Lynn comes on, she's cold. Lou Bate goes, nah, I back you.
Yes.
Have this ball and go out and swing.
Great defense there.
All right, let's see what Vipers do with this free ball. WA Seal getting everything right now. Vipers have got to attack and they've got to find a way to beat this WA block and defense. And who better to find a way than Gwen Thornton?
She really gets high up there and she can see all of her angles and she swings.
I think if the Vipers are going to come back right now, it's probably going to be Gwen that does it. She's front court, she's got all three rows, she's in position 4. But Vipers are going to be careful not to overuse her and not to allow the WA Steel just to get out there and block her.
Getting Caitlin Waterfall on. Turn to center.
Remember him coming on, serving an ace. They're chipping away. They're chipping away at this lead. It's now 14-9. WA Steel probably just got to take a breather and just keep siding out.
Yep.
They've got the lead. They've just got to keep siding out. They
Yes.
don't need break points. They've just got to side out. Caitlin Wankup just going a little too aggressive down the line there and just missing. Again, there's no timeouts in this, so the WA Steel have just got to take a breath, come together as a team and find a way.
Yeah, they still do have a lead. The Vipers seem to be getting a good momentum here.
Victoria Wells coming back on for Caitlin Wankup. Just giving her a breather. I think she's had a bit of a tough time out there, passing not so great, had to rely on her a bit.
Yep.
And Vipers making it really hard for her to have a clear cross-court, so she's opted for the line a couple of times. Glenn Thornton's back. Long and strong into the corner. What a great shot from her. WA still in the lead. Still got 2 points to play with. All they've got to do is just take a breath and side out here. I reckon they're going to try and use their middle.
Emma Lim on the service run here.
It's been unreal. Just stand and deliver. Oh, that's that commentator's curse is well and truly still alive.
But the Vipers have done a great job coming back there. 15-12 now.
Louise Bates also wants a couple points on the stat sheet with that one. She's tried it a couple times. She got blocked last time, and she probably thought, chances that you're going to block me again are pretty slim, so she goes again. And
she waited a bit late on this one. Waited till she dropped to the ground and then set it over. It was a really smart play. Great swing.
Great swing from Liv Malva.
Melbourne Vipers are making their way back, 15-14.
I said it earlier, they just need to do something special, and they've had a couple of players come in off the bench and bring that to the team.
Yes.
What a great dig from Emma Lim in the backcourt there.
Yep, great defense there. Danae Walters with the hands. She has really strong hands and great defensive ups here.
WA again trying to run through Elise Hislop. I think that's how they're going to try and close this match out. They're going to try and use that middle of the court as much as they can. What a block from Caitlin Winkup, I believe. And Elise Hislop coming in together.
Yep. Great pressure there by Perth.
Sorry, that was actually Leah Clayton, who's been outstanding this match.
Yes.
And that's a very big block for even Katie Tipping from backcourt to beat.
Yep.
So this is match point for the steal, and they use the one and only Elise Hislop. What a match.
Well done.
So WA steal, they were patient. They had a bit of a lull in the middle of that set, but they were patient, they worked hard.
They had a bit of a dip there, but they managed to stay really confident and really put that pressure on the Vipers.
Yeah, I think credit to them. It was literally the difference between who could block better at the right time.
Yes.
And they had 3 blocks right at the end there, and they had about 3 or 4 blocks right at the start.
Yeah, they did definitely do a good job in executing their game plan. It was a very good play of volleyball there.
So the reigning gold medalists prove why they are the reigning gold medalists.
Yep.
Melbourne Vipers just falling short today, but I think they should be pretty happy with that.
Yes.
Blow for blow, they were right there. They just needed to execute at the right time a little bit more and not let the WA steal get away so early.
Yep.
But an incredible match. Stick around for the men's match coming up in just a bit.
Yep.
Captain, we need you. You're up.
welcome to round 3 of the Mahindra Australia Volleyball Super League. We're here for the men's match now. I'm joined by Darcy Cox. Darcy, welcome.
Thank you. It's really exciting to be here today. Bit of a different point of view for me, but it's a welcome change.
You're used to being on the court.
I am. Yeah. So this is really exciting for me. Something a bit different. I haven't done it before, so hopefully there's no slip-ups, but I think we'll be good.
You'll be right, mate.
Yeah.
I also forgot to mention myself. That is the first slip-up. My name's Mitch Broom. I'm from Net Talk. Welcome, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the women's game earlier. It was a real heater. I expect those teams to play later on this season, I would say.
Yeah, I think so, and it's pretty like when any game does go that full 5 set, right down to the wire, it is always great contest, and you can probably expect them to both end up in Adelaide at the end of the season for the finals.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like to really thank our naming rights sponsor Mahindra, our supporting partner Skate Student Living, and our other sponsors Hancock Prospecting, Mikasa, and SBS On Demand. Without them, this league would look very different. We really appreciate the support. They've done a great job this year. It's been good for the athletes. It's been good for the spectators. We're really excited as the teams get ready to get out of their starting sixes onto the court. Both coaches giving them pep talks. What do you reckon the messaging is for both these teams today?
I think they're both really researched teams, so I think the message will be stick to the game plan, probably just reinforcing some of the key messages that they would have been talking about throughout the week, and then earlier today throughout the training sessions and any video that they've done. But yeah, I don't think it's anything new. It'll just be reinforcing that, getting the boys ready, getting used to the environment, and just getting ready to come out with a bang, basically.
Yeah, this is probably going to be more of a mental match than anything. Both these teams very technically good, very well versed in their skills. We're round 3, they've played together for a while. Both teams coming away last week with a 4-1 victory over their team. So WA beating the New South Wales Phoenix 4-1. Canberra Heat, the Melbourne Vipers beating the Canberra Heat 4-1. As the teams are now being read out.
Yeah, I think it's probably worth mentioning as well. These teams faced off in the semi-final last year, with Steele getting the win there. Steele have been dominant in this league for a while now. They've got a bit of a new-looking team, few big outs, but I think the Vipers will be. I know that they're really looking. They're very hungry to get revenge on that loss from the semi-final last year.
Yeah, and this is probably another game where these teams know each other. This will probably go down to the wire as well, I expect.
I hope so. I hope we're in for a bit of an exciting match. We've seen quite a few already this season.
Yeah. Teams
going 2-all and then Golden Point in the 5th. So that'd be fantastic for all of the people here at MSAC today and those watching online.
Yeah. So probably the biggest change for both of these teams, but mainly the WA Steel, is our friend of the show, Jose Martinez, is not present. He's not playing this year. He was away for the Olympics. He wasn't playing in the Olympics this year, but he has played before. I have seen the WA Steel the last few rounds, and I'm impressed with how their other middles have stepped up. But I wonder, as this season goes deeper, will they be missing the man with the biggest presence on the court?
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's put a bit more pressure potentially on Heppenstall and Landers. Last week, I think they got between them 48 balls set to them, so
that's a huge load.
It's a massive load. Probably compared to last year, where Jose might have been getting a bit more of the share of ball, but it'll be interesting to see how the season unfolds. Whether or not Jose is missed.
Heavily missed, but looking at the stats and looking at the last few rounds, the middles for WA have been really good. They've been engaged really well. They've got good equal distribution. Ryan Slater's doing a really good job at spreading the court around. And as he gets us underway, it's a great pass from Stander early on.
Great dig. What a point to get us started here. Wow.
Real rally.
Still going. Wow. What a way to get us started here.
We are in for a heater. I think it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, you never really see that many phases of play in a men's match.
No, you really
That's
don't.
an unreal way to get us underway here.
It's definitely going to be the team, I think, that can take care of that first touch, that can provide a good out-of-system ball more often and be a bit more patient, I think, is probably the difference between these teams.
Wow. James Kay, the young man.
The youngest man on court right now, and probably the biggest.
Ooh, I'd say Heppenstall's probably got him covered for height.
That's true. Probably the biggest on the Melbourne Vipers court.
Yeah.
Heppenstall definitely the tallest man on the court right
he's a
now.
big boy.
Don't have his height here, but I think it'd be pushing 2 meters 10.
I think so. He's pretty close.
He's a large man. Dylan Lucchesi got a great and a really nasty hybrid serve. Sometimes gets it wrong. That's the risk you take with those kind of serves. But he's done a good job the last couple to put the WAC under some early pressure.
Yeah. Kyle Landers back to serve. Well, call in. Must
It
have
was
tagged the
close.
line.
It was real close.
Looks like Dave Buint, Quinn Borchard was there. He just didn't end up going for it.
Yeah,
But
his
great-
first match.
First match.
I interviewed him earlier. He said he was nervous, but he's always nervous, that's a fair statement as a libero.
Yeah. Oh, James Kay.
Speaking of liberos,
Oswald 10.
just wearing that.
it. Did a very good job. Oh, great block there.
So I think it's known that the Melbourne Vipers really like to run through the middle. They like to run fast, middle front court and middle back court. They like to engage both aspects. WA Steel doing a good job to shut it down early.
Yeah, Caleb Watson, really strong hands there. Did a really good job to shut down the middle of the court there for the Vipers. There you go, through the middle again for the Vipers.
I love that from Damien Whitburn. Go back to the player, let him redeem himself, let him get his confidence back. Kamwar Singh does a great job. We've played against him in our local league. He can hit some unreal angles. He's got all the shots available to him at all times.
He really does.
James Kay back to serve. Let's see what he can bring. Caleb Watson just accessing a bit too much angle there. Maybe that set was a bit off the net.
Yeah, it did. It was quite a fair bit back. Looked almost at the 2 metre mark. Pretty decent pass as well, but it's good to see the Steel using the middle as well. Clearly focused for both the teams.
Yeah, I think the more they can draw the blockers into the middle to release the sticks later on in the game. Unfortunately, James Kay missing that one into the net. I try really hard not to talk about the service too much because that commentator curse just comes back to bite me
It
regularly.
really does. I think something I've been told before putting on the headset today.
Yeah.
So,
Something you've never had to deal with though as a libero, I don't think.
no. Maybe back in the day. Great serve.
Caleb Watson, that's an unreal hybrid serve.
Very good.
Just gets Scott Johnson in between Scott Johnson and Paul Sanderson, in between that narrow seam corridor. They've got to decide real quick whose ball that is.
Wow. It's a very good serve. That one just gone a bit long.
Just didn't quite get that snap of the wrist, which is the hardest thing about those hybrid serves.
Yeah, again, good error to ace ratio though. You're alright with that 1-1.
Speaking of good servers, here's Paul Sanderson, the veteran. That pass just being a little bit too tight. Paul Sanderson, skipper, veteran, he's done it all. He's done Volleyroos, he's done professional. He's now back inputting into the Australian Volleyball Super League.
He spoke throughout some content that the Vipers released this week about really having a focus of leaving the sport in a better place that he's found it, which really love. It's a great message, and he's certainly doing that.
it's hard for those athletes that have played professionally and played all over the world to come back and put into their sport. Sometimes I think you just want to break. Tom Heptonstall really put some heat on that serve, and that's going to be a server like that we're going to keep an eye on all match.
Yeah, I mean, he's their hot hand normally. I think what we'll see, especially back end of sets today, and when WA use their power plays, we're going to see a lot of ball given to Tom Heptonstall.
Currently noticing a trend. Melbourne Vipers going after the libero at the moment, going after Oswald Tan. That's probably something in Josh Cowan's scouting report that potentially says, all right, if he passes a dime, the setter may set this, or if he maybe isn't as strong on this other hand. As I say that, Cam Wassing serves the other pass hitter, Daniel Piggott, who unfortunately throws that ball out. Not a bad option, but he does have the shortest blocker in front of him. I wonder if he should just take a swing at that.
I think that's probably something WA would have looked at. I know it's something that the Vipers have been sort of not struggling with, but sort of acknowledged the last 2 rounds is how do you play defense around a shorter blocker like Damien Whitburn?
Speaking of someone who doesn't really care what the block is doing against him, Thomas Heptonstall just annihilates that ball from the backcourt.
Yeah, he's dangerous on that back A, loves it looking down that line. So it's a big job for Quinn today to try and get some really good touches on it, which I'm sure we'll see. Well handled there by Quinn to keep that in play. Kai Landers, great hit, using the block there.
He'd be one of the shorter players on the court right now, other than his teammate Ryan Slater, but so dynamic, so explosive, knows how to hit around a block, knows how to use a block to his advantage.
Yeah, and I think he's a very handy beach player as well, Kai, so I'm sure that probably has a bit to do with it.
Yeah. It's a great throw from Dylan Lucchesi. It's something we see a lot, even in the international game. Players are being forced to be real dynamic. We're seeing the throws, we're seeing the two-handed tips into the block, we're seeing all of it, and it's filtering down into the Australian Volleyball Super League.
There you go, going at the libero again there, Oswald Tan. Unable to sort of control that off Damien's serve.
Damien's real happy with that one, I reckon. Doesn't have the most powerful serve, so he'd be happy with any ace he can get.
Yeah, it does cause havoc though.
It does.
I think it's one of those ones where sometimes it just floats at the last sort of metre before it hits your platform, and
he does know how to aim it really well.
Oh, that's Tom Heptonstall from back A again.
He's going to be a player that I think the Melbourne Vipers are just going to have to accept that he's going to go out and score points, and they're just going to have to slow him down. It's not about stopping him, it's about slowing him down.
Yeah, I think it's just about getting a really nice block touch, so let your defense do the heavy work there. Oh, well done, James Kay, navigating the triple block there.
Again, opting for the throw, opting for that. Throw it into the triangle, we call it, which is like the gap between the net, the blocker, and the chest of the blocker if they don't quite close that gap. Doing a really good job just finding that, the tiniest of gaps.
Just long there by the steal, by the looks of it. They're calling for a touch.
Caleb Watson adamant that that ball was touched. Dylan Lucchesi says, nah, they high-five about it and they get on with it. Great sportsmanship. Although I do wonder.
Back to serve.
I do wonder if that was touched.
Oh, great dig, Quinn.
Great scramble from both teams. Tom Heptonstall using those huge levers to scoop that ball up. Just happened to be right in front of Paul Sanderson, who annihilates that ball.
Yeah, you don't really want those high balls going to Sando. He's going to put that away more than he's probably going to err on it.
Yeah. Unlucky from Scott Johnson. He'll be happy with those 2 serves, though. He's had a really good couple of rounds, serving really well, passing really well. He's really had a great couple of first games into this season.
Yeah. Be interesting to see if the Vipers... Oh no, if Steele use a power play here.
Net touch called against Kyle Landers. So that puts the Melbourne up at 15-10. So be curious to know if anyone wants to use their power play the first set, or if they just want to use the first set to feel each other out. Understand what teams are going to do. We saw it in the women's game. No one used a power play for the first 2 sets.
Lots of strategy around these power plays. It's been a great addition to the comp.
Dylan Lucchesi rewarded with that absolute heater of a float serve that I'm pretty sure was meant to be a topspin serve.
Potentially, although he does like to change it up. So, although there was a lot of power behind it, I don't know if he was meaning to float
To really,
it,
yeah, that ball had no spin.
Yeah, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, we'll say that was intentional. Yeah, he'd be happy with that. He didn't get the ace, but he got the free ball, which pretty much turned into, that's what you want out of a tough serve like that.
Yeah, forcing a negative reception is, sometimes as good as an ace. So, really great serving from Dill. Kyle Landers up to serve now.
It's got a really nasty float serve that can put teams under pressure. Doesn't that time. Great swing from Dan Piggott, who just finds the high, long and strong, slightly touched off the block.
He's a very good player, Piggott. He's a menace to the Vipers last year.
Yeah. And the year before. He's led this WA Steel team quite well over the last few seasons. Kyle Landers, unfortunately, putting that one into the net. All right, so this is something that the Vipers play around with a bit. Hunter Hopkins coming on is a young setter. He's a lot bigger than Damo, and they're probably doing this because teams will opt to hit over Damien Whitburn. He's a smaller blocker, and that's something that the Vipers have just got to deal with, and they've got to fight through it.
Yeah, Hunter's been doing a great job of it as well this year, like being able to come on late in these sets. There you go.
That's a great soft block touch. Yeah.
Yeah, he was over by a fair bit there, James. There wasn't even a close on.
Yeah. But potentially maybe a slight communication. I think Sanderson's put up a good out-of-system ball, maybe not realising his opposite's actually backcourt.
Damien Whitburn's back on now, but Hunter did a great job there. Did his job.
He worked hard.
Got the block touch. Yeah. Easy dig.
That sub also working out in Melbourne Vipers' favour. Melbourne Vipers take the first set, 18-13. That got away from the steal real fast.
Really fast, and I think it didn't really feel like it was that much of a gap, did it? I think it felt very, point for point there. I think it was probably just a few service runs from the Vipers that put them ahead.
Yeah, and it was the smallest of margins. It was the tiny little touches at the net that translated into an attack. It was the couple of blocks. It was the couple of free balls. Wasn't much. The WA Steel don't have to adjust much here to change this around.
No. I think they'll be very competitive in this next set, I think. And I would love to see a few power plays being thrown around.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see them. I wonder if this coaches won't use them for the next set, just like the women's. I wonder if we'll see them hold on to it, collect a little bit more data about their strongest rotations or their best servers or who's feeling it or who's not feeling it, and use them as this match gets a bit deeper, a bit more mature. Great response from the crowd here today.
It's the first time there's been a game at MSAC for home and around for a long time here in Melbourne.
A long time.
It's a really cool change. We've been based out at Dandenong, the State Volleyball Centre, for a while, but bringing it more central, closer to the city. I think it just makes it easier for fans to get here, interact with the sport a bit more. It's probably better for the away team as well. Probably feels like a more authentic Melbourne experience.
Certainly got an authentic Melbourne experience today. It is like 11 degrees and pouring rain.
Yeah. It's pretty grim.
But the stadium is heated, unlike Dandenong. So very appreciative of that one, I reckon, today. The teams are back out there. No huge changes for either side. Scott Johnson to serve for the Vipers for set 2.
First point going the way of WA Steel.
They were really patient there. They were just getting digs, putting the ball up. Even a communication error from Oswald Tan. He's put that ball in front court, probably not realising Tom Heptonstall was back court.
I think that's because Tom bloody almost hit it.
At front court,
yeah. At front court. He's so big.
That's an easy mistake to make, if I'm honest.
Wow, Scott Johnson.
That's a huge pipe. Something we haven't seen from the Vipers all match, and what a time to bring it out.
Yeah, I think the key to that is you had Dill Lucchese draw the block in. The Vipers run their middle so quick. It's so aggressive. Just drew the middle blocker in, and it just gave Scott Johnson heaps of net to play with, and he put it away.
And now that's going to be stuck in Caleb Watson's mind for the rest of the match. He's got to decide, do I go for Dylan or do I go for Scott? And that's a great hybrid serve from Dylan Lucchese. That man can do it all. In the 3 rounds of this season, he's played opposite, he's played middle, he's service subbed, probably can pass it as well.
He just needs to play around his libero. Great serve again. Oh, great cover effort there from the steal. Unfortunately, he couldn't control it, but good sign.
Yeah,
when you're getting those cover digs off the block.
And they're passing that first ball really well. Just Kanwar Singh made a really good early move to go against Kyle Landers, and Kyle Landers had 2 huge blocks against him. It's a tough ask. Another great pass. It's the ball still alive.
Oh, wow. Bit of pinball.
So that ball getting blocked and then going straight off Sando's head, but going just about to the roof of the stadium.
It was pretty close. Be very impressive to hit the roof in this stadium, I think.
I put the challenge out. A couple of these hitters could probably do it.
It's coming off the antenna there by the looks of it. James Kay back to serve now. So
4-2 for the Melbourne Vipers. WA still probably going to be a little bit careful to not let the Vipers get a big lead early on. These sets are really short.
Great serve again. Wow, Tom Heptonstall using that triple block there.
I think the other 2 blockers pulled there. I think it was only just Kanwar up there. But Tom just going, all right, I'm just going to use this block to my advantage, go up.
Why not? Say thank you. Thank you, Melbourne Vipers, giving me that easy point.
Probably a few times he'll say that, I reckon.
Oh, that's so close. Kanwar Singh just put in it a bit wide.
If they pass that well, I reckon Damo goes back to him. And I reckon he maybe goes even sharper.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's so big.
He's so explosive. Kyle Landers doing a good job here. Again, that ball probably a bit too close to the net for a backcourt player. Dan Pickett probably a little bit greedy, knowing that Damo's there, taking a bit too much line, just taking the antenna with him.
I think the Vipers got lucky there. It wasn't probably the best out-of-system set by Sando. But, hey, they got the point.
It's just about being patient and not making huge... That's up. That ball's up. Oh, it's unfortunate.
Love to see a bit of pancake action.
We saw a heap in the women's earlier. Some of the rallies in that game were unreal.
Great serve by Sando, just catching the tape.
Bit of home court advantage there, I think. Again, every time we talk about the servers, they just get that commentator's curse going. Caleb Watson going back now. See if he can pull some damage with his hybrid.
Oh, Damo flex on him.
I think that's 2 rounds. He did that last week.
He did.
Setters know how to win jouts.
It's a great pass there by Quinn as well.
It's usually who can jump last.
It is actually very impressive how many Damo gets. I'm going to rip on him here a little bit because he is probably the oldest guy in the league. He's not the tallest.
No. He's pretty efficient with those.
Yeah. Wow, there you go. Pipe by Perth Steel.
Kyle Landers showing he's a small guy, but my God, can he jump?
Yeah, and that's something that the Vipers looked at a lot this week, was Kai through that pipe. It'll be interesting to see how they adjust if they keep looking for it.
Oh, what a great pass by Quinn, the debutant.
Wow! First steal.
That's awesome. From Jordan Fancoat, the high ball in the middle just decides to turn and burn that.
Turn and burn, why not?
Doesn't need to set anyone. He's just going to have a swing.
Great chase by Kai as well. That looks, yeah, there's a foot fault.
Yeah.
It did definitely look like it from up here.
Yeah, I think it was. WA Steel sort of arguing that Linesworth didn't call it. It was close. It was certainly close.
It was close.
The top ref has decided it was.
Yeah. I think it was probably the right decision. There you go, Kyle Landers again through the
gets
pipe.
it up. It's a free ball for the Steelers. See how they can capitalise.
Wow.
Opting to go for Tom Heptonstall. I will criticise a little bit. I think the WA Steel are probably going to pass that free ball a little bit better to get their middles involved.
Yeah.
They will struggle if they continue with that.
And I think it's just forcing the sort of set distribution as well. I sort of touched on it before about how much ball Kai and Heptonstall got. But certainly last week, it's probably looking like similar stats this week.
Yeah. And if they have to do a ton of heavy lifting, it's going to be tough if a team figures out how to shut one of them down. Like right now, Kyle Landers has had a little bit of a tough time, a little bit of a slow start to this because the Melbourne Vipers have done well to block him. If they continue, the Steel are going to have to find other plays to step up and take that load.
Oh,
That's
wow.
an unreal dig from Kai.
Oh, doesn't matter because James Kay's in your way.
James Kay has done his homework. He knows where Kai wants to hit. He's blocked him, I think, 3 from 3.
I think so. He's having an unreal game, especially on defense. That's an incredible block.
It's a shame that Kai wasn't rewarded for that unreal dig against Sando. Sando and Dil Lucchesi combining. That's a good read and good blocking discipline from Paul Sanderson to step in to help out that middle, provide that double block for the quick set.
And I think they probably read it because that pass was actually on the setter's head. So it'd be interesting to see what Perth do now. James Kay, again.
It's the man of the moment right now. He's feeling it. And when a player is feeling it, there's not a lot you can do to stop him.
No. I think he's brought the crowd into the game as well a little bit. And certainly almost makes it like a 7th player on the court. Ooh, just a bit of a scud there from Scotty Johnson. He won't be too unhappy with that run though.
No, he won't. And the more serves he served, the harder and harder they got, which is completely fair. You've got to warm yourself into it, especially as a topspin server in the match. James Kay again going after it and just having great success on that right side there.
Damien Whitburn's obviously sort of seen that James is the hot hand. He's feeding him. And he's doing a really good job of it as well. James doing a great job to put away all these balls that he's getting set.
And it's just helping spread the load of the team of distribution. You know, you don't want to be relying on your veteran player like Paul Sanderson as much as you want to be spreading it out as much as you possibly can. Speaking of Paul Sanderson, there he is.
He'll do that to you. He's very good. He's probably one of the most powerful hitters in the league.
Yeah, probably. If it's not him, it's the guy opposite him with Thomas Heptonstall.
Yeah.
Good change up from Caleb Watson. Opting for the throw/tip. Vipers maybe not happy with that one, but if you can keep your elbows straight, that is sort of the call that the referees will go for. It is still an interpretation call, but I think that one was fine.
I think it was fine. I think it was very close. But, yeah, I think it was all good. Well done. 15-10 Vipers in the second set here.
Yet to see the power play. I think WA are probably deciding right now whether they want to use it in the next couple points or not. I reckon they'll save it, though.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's a decision that the coaches have to make. Like, do you chase to try and get this set, or do you hold it off and then give yourself a better chance of winning the set rather than just trying to close the gap?
Well, this is something that we talk about on the podcast at Net Talk is what trends do we see? We see 3 major ones. That's a great swing from Sando. We see teams use it to chase, but we only see that when a team cannot use. So, for example, Melbourne Vipers can't call the power play because they're above 12 points. So WA Steel might call it and punish Melbourne Vipers for not using it. Or we also see both teams calling it at the same time. Those are the 2 main sort of ways we see them being used.
Oh, Piggott, well done.
Great high swing. He knows exactly when to pull out the sharp angle shots and when to go high off hands. Hunter Hopkins coming back in, being that blocking sub. Did a great job to slow the ball down, just the ball was too far to pick up.
Great pass by Scott Johnson. And he's put it away as well. Really good sequence from him. Great set by Damo as well.
And had one-on-one with Tom Heptonstall. Wasn't greedy, still swung really high because if you can get greedy really quickly with one-on-one.
You see a bit of cord in your eyes.
And you get a bit excited.
You get a bit excited, you get a bit giddy. Foot fold again.
From
Don't normally see too many of them. Seen 2.
Yeah, in the same match.
Yeah.
I do think these servers are trying to serve the skin off the ball. Like, you've got to be able to put the other team out of system. So I think that's why we're seeing it. That's a really heavy serve from Tom.
Scott Chop. Great reception there by Sando.
Yeah.
As you said, Mitch, a really, really heavy serve.
Yeah.
But that's the Vipers taking the second, 18-13.
Yeah. Would like to take a moment to thank the sponsors for the Australian Volleyball Super League. Volleyball Australia is proud to welcome Mahindra as the new naming rights partner for the Volleyball Super League. Mahindra have been helping sports fans keep moving since 1945. Check out mahindra.com.au for their great range of vehicles. All right, Das. As the teams change sides here, they're going to get a bit of a different look, and they're going to have a moment to talk with the coaches because there's no timeouts. What do you think the WA Steel coach is saying to his players? What is the strategy that they need to change, or the mentality for them to get on top of the Melbourne Vipers, do you reckon, at the moment?
I think they'll be talking about controlling that first touch a little bit more. I think if they can look after that first touch, especially when the Vipers are getting on these service runs, I think they're going to just have a better chance of when they get to that the end of the set, they're just going to be a bit closer and make it a bit more of a fight. I think at the moment, it's those little extra points that have scattered throughout the set, and then by the end of the set, they're down, 5 points in that case. I think it's just those little service runs. If they can stop it by controlling that first pass and nailing it, they're going to find themselves right in the set as they get to the business end of it.
Yeah, I think they probably know exactly what they want to do. They just got to, as you said, execute a little bit more. They've got to take care of that first touch. It's something we talk about often at this level of the game because teams know their systems. They know exactly what they need to do. They know how they need to block. They know they want to run through the middle of the court most of the time. But they've just got to work a little bit harder on not necessarily even serve reception, but probably defense. They're getting a couple free balls that they're not quite taking care of. Once they can clean that stuff up, they'll probably be in a good position, and Melbourne Vipers will probably need to have a response.
Yeah, I think it's just that little extra 10%.
And when these sets are shorter, they're 18, they're basically, you're playing 5 5-setters, essentially. And
especially when the power plays are in it, which we're going to see. We're going to see probably from both teams power plays this set. So it'll be interesting to see how they're used.
And how they affect the momentum of the game. Because right now, Vipers have got a ton of momentum. And as I speak, commentator's curse alive and well. That pancake getting called down.
Yeah. Good block.
That's the first time James K's been stopped all game.
I think so. But yes, really strong block. Just couldn't quite cover it.
Kyle Ann is probably really chuffed with that one, I think, getting him back.
Oh, it's going a bit long there from Dill. Again, Vipers activating in the middle of the court.
Yeah.
I think they've started every set pretty much by activating that middle. Really sets the tone.
They know that's their bread and butter. They know they want to activate there.
A double touch there from Scotty. Looked like Scotty and Quinn just maybe a little bit of a communication error there, who was taking the first one.
Yep. Ryan Slater probably figuring out that this is Quinn's first AVL match ever. Scott Johnson's quite a young player. Let's see if we can serve in between them and get them talking. Goes for Scott there. He handles it really well.
Tom Heppenstall, stop it. That is so good. It's so clever. And big double block.
I think James K came across for the triple there.
Yeah.
And that's a huge block if he did. And he just goes, nah, high hands.
I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to get a kill. Oh no, Sando's scudding it out the side. That's 5-0 up for the steal.
Yeah, Viper's going to be real careful to not let this get away from them. They still got to make the steal play. They still got to make them play. They got to be a bit patient.
They're definitely going after Scotty on this serve. Now, I wonder if that is something that they talked about at that change of ends there.
Yeah.
Let's focus on Scotty. Let's overload him a little bit. Makes it a bit harder for everyone else.
Yeah. Noah Van Gemp seeing the court. He's our teammate. Love seeing him out there on the court. Kamwa Singh taking a bit of a breather. He's had a really good couple of sets. Let's see what Noah brings to the table here. Probably going to see some large blocking.
I think so. It's a very long boy. Oh, great dig, Damo.
Yeah. That set just a little bit too tight to the net. James K sort of landing all there in the net. He's questioning the ref a little bit of whereabouts he touched it, but I'm sure he knows.
I think it was pretty obvious.
You got to play it off. You got to play it off cool just in case.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Paul
insane.
Sanderson.
Credit to Noah there, running really, really fast. I think Jordan Fanco a little bit late to that block, allowing Sando to just really go after that sharp angle.
Great serve there from James, forcing that overpass.
Yeah.
Oh no, Vipers, that's a bit sloppy. We haven't really seen this sort of sloppiness from the Vipers yet today, so
Potentially, maybe they switched off a little bit.
and it happened last week as well in the third set against Canberra, and they had the first two sets really under control, and then they came out
And they
really
lost
slow. It was really flat on court, and I wonder if that's what the case is again today.
That is a... Yeah, WA still not taking any chances, calling an early power play. I think this is good from them. I wonder if it's a little too early, because the Vipers can just call it to catch up, but I am not surprised that this is called. They're feeling it right now.
Yeah, that's something... It'd be really interesting to see what happens here, because it's something that the Vipers have talked about all week, is when WA or Perth call their power play, their hot hand is Tom Heppenstall. So really interesting to see that they went to Kai there on the pipe.
But happens to be that Tom Heppenstall's up to serve. It's a great block there from Damo and Noah.
There you go.
Oh, that ball's still alive. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's a good scramble play from the Vipers. So Perth steal 2 from 3 power plays. Third one coming up now. I expect Tom Heptonstall will put a bit of heat on this one.
I think so. I think the Vipers are probably going to be a little bit shell-shocked that he hasn't been given the ball yet, because it's something that they were definitely planning for. Great pass there by Scotty.
It's a great out-of-system ball.
Oh,
It's really unfortunate.
Perth. Winning all 3.
3
That's
from
massive.
3.
Extending the lead to 10 points. What do the Vipers do here?
Yeah, they've got to have an answer. They've got to have some sort of response, even just to build momentum into the next set. They'll breathe a sigh of relief there, I reckon.
I think so. Great pressure there from Tom on serve as well. Here we go, Noah back to serve.
See what he can bring from the service line. Not a bad serve.
Piggott, well done. It's a really good pass as well, actually.
Yeah. Within 3, makes Dylan Lucchesi a little bit late to that block.
And there you go, power play called from the Vipers.
Yeah. On their reception, which is probably just what they want. They probably want to... They want to give Dan Piggott a little bit more to think about on this serve, I reckon.
Yeah,
Works
great
out in
call.
their favour. Yeah. And that's something we see often as well, is like some coaches will call power plays on the other team's strongest server just to make them take the pace off a little bit more or ease the pressure of their serve, because the punishment for missing is 2 points.
Yeah, it's twice as much.
Hunter Hopkins back to serve now. 14-6. This is the second power play for the Vipers.
Good serve.
Done well.
Yeah, great serve from Hunter.
Yeah.
Forcing a real high ball. Kai had to work really hard to try and do something with that, and he just couldn't that time. But yeah, massive from Hunter. First serves of the game, and
He doesn't often get put in position to serve.
Yeah.
He's done well again here.
Oh, wow.
There you go. Is that 3 from 3 from the Vipers?
Yeah.
That's good. So they were 10 points down. Now they're 4 points down. Now they're looking good. They're looking a lot closer. So they've just got to be patient. They can't go after too many break points. They've just got to get a couple here and there, and they'll be right back.
James just over. It was a very tight set.
Yeah.
Just looks like a few players getting in each other's way there for the Vipers.
Yeah. I think Sando just had to trust that Hunter was going to come on and do his job and be potentially that high ball pipe release. Damien
Good
Whitburn.
little stint there.
Yeah,
from
he's
Hunter.
come on and done his job really well. I think Coach Cowan just said, hey, I need you to serve this ball here, and he's done a really great job.
It's tight again. Well handled there by James Kay. Oh, well done, Scott Johnson. I think what we saw there, really good recycle from Perth.
Yeah.
They're doing really well on these cover digs. They just haven't converted them, but it's a really good sign for them.
They're being a lot smarter on their attacking, I think.
Oh, Paul Sanderson.
Just unleashes. That ball's at about 3 metres off the net. He has about 1 step transition and just rips that into the corner.
Nowhere close to where his hitting window probably wants it to be, and he's managed to find a kill. That's all that experience.
He knows how to put his body in a position to have a swing. That's unfortunate from Scott Johnson. I reckon he'll want that one back, because that one's probably cost the Vipers a little bit. Now they're 2 points away whilst being 4 points down.
I do like that he's gone for it, though. I think you have to back yourself in those situations.
No, absolutely right.
But yeah, I think he would have, if he could, he'd probably want another crack at it.
Oh, that is really close to the line.
Yeah, it's been called out.
I do think it was just long.
But
Yeah.
maybe inside.
Not a bad swing at all, I don't think.
Yeah, and hey, again, not in that optimal hitting window for him, so he's done well to get it that close.
Set point for the WA Steel.
Oh, great set by Quinn. Just unfortunate. Probably ended up being a little bit tight, but it looked good out of the hands.
So I think WA Steel responding really well, being 2 sets down, going, hey, we just need to be a bit more patient. We need to attack a little bit smarter. We saw them recycle a lot. We saw them block a little bit cleaner. And it was probably a bit easier for them to block that well. I think Viper's putting the ball too tight too often.
I think so, yeah. I think we just saw a bit of sloppiness come into it from the Vipers. They weren't as polished as they had been in the first 2 sets. And still came out really well.
And I'm a little bit worried for the Vipers because we still haven't seen too much from Thomas Heptonstall.
No.
We still haven't seen him that much.
Yeah, if he gets cooking, they could be in some trouble here, but hey, they did a really good job there. I think it was, 6-point margin, so they've clawed back, so they'll be within that 10 points now.
Yeah.
As we sort of get into the back end of this match, that'll come into the minds of both teams of either that 10-point margin to get the bonus point for the team that loses, or the 20-point buffer for the team that wins.
I think the 20-point buffer, I think, is off the table unless these sets are blown out of proportion. Yeah, but you're right. Something in the minds of all these players is this match will matter for both teams in terms of a bonus point. The tighter that whoever loses can keep it, the more they'll be rewarded on the ladder at the end of the season, and it will matter.
It will, and it actually is the reason why Steel played Vipers in the semi-final last year. Steel actually went undefeated and finished second on the table because Adelaide Storm got more bonus points.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't lose a game all year,
still got second.
Got second, and then the Vipers finishing third. We're a bit unfortunate, to be honest. And, Steel were the team to beat last year. It's a bit unfortunate for the Vipers facing them in the semi, but it does make a big difference.
As we say, Tom Heptonstall activated immediately. Yeah. That's something that I think we've seen every set. Every set, if WA can use the middle, they will, and if they can't, they go to Tom, which is pretty standard, I think.
Not a bad option.
No, it really isn't. Still going after Scott Johnson on the serve. Great way for Tom Heptonstall to come over and triple block Paul Sanderson.
Yeah, I think that's probably coming down to their homework. Like, wasn't a great pass. It was at that sort of 4 or 5 meter mark.
And they knew it was
really
going
only
out.
one man that's going to, and that's Paul Sanderson. Pretty easy read on the triple.
Interesting. I just saw Tom Heptonstall opt to go out and block James Kay, and Kyle Anders opt to go out and block Paul Sanderson. That's probably a decision made because James Kay has been getting a lot of the ball, so maybe they go, all right, Paul Sanderson's probably the bigger threat, but he's not getting the ball at the moment, so we can go out and switch our blocking like that. I think Damo saw it and went straight to Sando, though.
Happens. Bit of cat and mouse. Oh, wow.
Huge from Kamwar Singh. I think that's the first time they've actually stopped Tom Heptonstall.
Yeah. Is it a sign of things to come? Tom starts getting a bit more ball. Vipers are probably going to read that pretty quickly and make adjustments. So, really crucial block.
Lucchesi back to serve. Every time I think I say that, I think the server misses. Maybe I'll let you say it.
Yeah, I'll give it a crack.
But he's done really well from the service line today, Dil Lucchesi.
Yeah, drawing the net touch there. I think they got a bit excited trying to get Sando there.
Yeah. Jordan Fancoat, quite a big arm swing there to try and get a bit higher. Just taking the net with him a little bit. But that's the risk you take. You've got to match all these players at their max height.
Great serve. James Kay. Oh, Tom Eppensall, wow.
There it is.
Damien having a bit of a chat. I think he'll be talking about whether or not Slater was over Viper's side. It didn't look like it was.
Yeah.
It was a great serve by James to draw that pass super tight. Perth just doing a really good job to finish that off.
Yeah. Again, just staying patient, knowing when the points will come. James Kay just missing long. I wonder if he just needs to take a little bit of a breather, reset himself. He was so good the first few sets of this match. We haven't seen him too much since, but he just needs to take a reset.
Yeah, and I think this set's probably where we start to see fatigue play a bit of a role as well. So, interesting to see which team handles it better. There you go, same error again from James. It'll be real, and Steele out 3 points now early on in this set.
Yeah.
Very interesting to see what happens.
The crowd's going nuts for the potential of Manjot Singh coming onto the court. I think he'll come on in a second.
Oh, Kanwar Singh.
His teammate.
Yeah, here we go. Manjot Singh's getting a standing ovation.
Yeah. Not normally an opposite, but he's a player that can do it all.
Super versatile.
And he's been that player this season for the Vipers that is the break in case of emergencies player. And he's been really good at it. He's been so good at it.
He's just so consistent. Piggott, well done. Good use of the block there.
Yeah. He's a player to give a good shout out because he's just, after the first couple sets, maybe not had the greatest start, but now he's just gone off, just teeing off blocks, being really consistent, and just being really smart and grounded. Tom Heptonstall really going after that one.
He just wanted it.
WA Steel opting for the early power play again. It worked out for them last time. See if it works out for them again.
Hunter going on to serve.
For Kanwar. That unfortunately means that Hunter will not be able to come on for Damo as a blocking sub later in this set.
Oh, great team. Hunter.
There's Manjot.
Oh, wow. Hey. There you go.
Great work for Scott Johnson to tee off that block there. Manjot, cool, calm and collected, steps in, sets pretty much a perfect ball, and he hasn't been on in 4 sets.
Really important on that power play as well to get a stop. Oh, Hunter, you almost got it.
Hunter Hopkins doing a great job getting that first touch there. Just unlucky on the second one.
Oh, really good stint again from the young guy.
Yeah. He's a real young rising star. You expect to see a lot more of him as the Vipers move on season through season. Third and final power play for the WA Steel.
Oh, wow.
They somehow keep that alive, and it finds its way to Tom Heptonstall again.
There you go. Reset on Tom Heptonstall during the power play. That's what Vipers were probably expecting.
Yeah.
And
they got 2 blocks there.
They got 2 blocks. They read it well, but hey, he's just that good.
So this is what we see all the time, and now the Melbourne Vipers call their power play in response.
Potentially to take the lead here as well if they win
all 3, yeah.
Oh, great dig, Quinn.
Go back to Scott. That's it.
Oh, it's been called in.
Touched the line there.
Massive dig there by Quinn on debut. Well done, mate.
Way to go there and wear it.
Yeah, it's a great touch.
So that's 1 out of 3. They'll need the next 2 if they hope to make this set a bit easier for them. Damo back to serve.
Oh,
Dylan Lucchesi.
Wowee! That's
Huge.
big on the power play.
Against Tom as well.
Yeah.
They'll be really chuffed with stopping him on their power play.
This is such an interesting point here. The Vipers will either take the lead or they go down by 3.
See what Damo is going after Piggott again.
Oh, well. Oh.
It's a great swing from Kyle Landers. Just going off the blocker.
That's a great point. Both teams, heaps of digs, few phases of play. It's really great volleyball.
Both teams really showing that if we get a touch to this ball, we are attacking back. Yeah, it's really good to see. So 12-10. The Perth Steel lead. It's now 12-11. Scott Johnson back to serve. Let's see if he can find a rhythm here. It'll be really important, I think, for the Vipers into the later stage of this set.
Oh, great block by Sando. 1-on-1 there against Heppenstall.
So
I think we're all right. Tom's getting a lot more ball this set, and I think the Vipers probably expecting it.
Yeah. They've been all over him.
Yeah, they've been doing it. Like, don't get me wrong, he's still got some great kills, but I think anytime you're getting him 1-on-1 and getting a stop's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Paul Sanderson, wow, he's had a few big points here.
Yeah. Both teams opting to go to their more experienced players the longer this goes.
Vipers up now, 13-12.
So that power play really working out in the Vipers' favour.
Great dig by Scott.
Unlucky for Paul Sanderson.
Yeah, he just ran out of room, I think. I think if the bench is
a little bit further away,
yeah,
he gets that.
Yeah. He did run into a big camera last year, so he's not afraid of it.
If it's him and a camera, I reckon he wins.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. He's the hot hand at the moment.
I think
Paul Sanderson.
Damo will just keep finding him if he's playing like this.
Wow.
Not often that you win against Tom Heptonstall like that. Great touch from Scott there. Let's see what WA do with this free ball.
Oh, Dill. Oh, that's ambitious. That's very ambitious by Scotty Johnson there.
I love that he was going to go set that ball, but I have questions.
Dylan, he'll be very happy. I think we'll be hearing about that at training all week. Dill's few digs there.
We threw a bit of shade at you for a double touch a few weeks back on the podcast. I think Scott's next.
Yeah, I think so. Crafty shot there by Manjot. Not good enough, though. That's put away by Piggott.
That's unfortunate for the Vipers.
And now Steele back in control of this set. 15-14. Are we going to see a golden point? We haven't seen one yet in the men's game.
No, we haven't. There was a couple in the first round. I don't think we've seen one since.
Yeah. He's the man to go to on the court for the moment. At the moment for the Vipers.
Yeah.
I expect Sando's going to get a fair few more balls by the end of this set.
He just needs 3 more, and he'll be all right. Manjot ripping that ball in pretty well, considering he hasn't served all match. Quinn just overcooking that one a little bit.
Oh, well done. I think Damo's claiming that.
I would too, to be honest.
Yeah.
Again, going back to taking care of that first touch, WA be a little bit disappointed they didn't take care of that first touch. That was basically a free ball.
Yeah. Oh, now it's 16 all. Great set.
I think it's whoever gets a break point and then puts themselves in a position to side out, probably gets this.
Yeah, I think this is where you have to stay aggressive. You can't start looking to tip too much or play roll shots. There you go. Yeah, great. Through the middle activation again from the Vipers.
And the man of the moment right now, Paul Sanderson, is back to serve. And I'm a little bit worried for the WA, the Perth Steel. I think this is the last person they want to see at the service line.
Wow.
Heavy serve. Kyle Anders has done well with that.
Oh my goodness, Tom Heppenstall. That's his bread and butter.
Yeah. You
Down
said
the
it.
line.
And this is the second last person I think we want to see at the service line for the golden point. I reckon he takes a bit off here, and I reckon he trusts the team.
Vipers haven't been great with golden point this year, so it'll be interesting to see how they go here.
Oh, he does put a bit of heat on it.
Crowd looking for a carry there. Oh, there you go. They get it done. Well done, Melbourne Vipers. Taking the golden point there, 18-17.
And they're going nuts right now on the bench, and I think that means something to them. That's revenge from last year's semis, and that's confidence because they just beat last year's gold medalists.
Yeah, I think the other thing that they'll be thinking about right now is that I think is only the second golden point they've won all season. I think that's about the fifth. So I think they're 2 from 5 now. That's a big confidence boost. That's a much better story to be telling than instead of 1 from 5.
1 and 4. Yeah, 1 and 5, yeah. And that's something now. They've got the experience. They've gone out and they've done the job. Now the question for the rest of this match is, can Perth Steel bounce back, collect those extra points to put themselves in a higher ladder spot to have no semi-final is easy, but maybe the preferable semi-final, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the beauty of this league and how it's
how it shapes up. Yeah.
It's a bit more like Formula One rather than your traditional win and loss. But yeah, it's really exciting because it does mean every single point matters, every set matters.
Yeah.
Vipers will know that. There's no free points.
Nah.
They'll be coming out to try and get the extra 2 as well.
If they can capitalise on this set, it will really mean the most for their ladder season. Like, it will really put them in a good spot for the rest of the season.
I really want to see another golden point.
I would love to see another golden point. We've been treated this match. I believe the chant there was, "We want Manjot," and
I agree.
Josh Cowan has answered. Manjot is on the court. No major changes from the Perth Steel. They'll be out here really going after this last set, really trying to collect those extra bonus points. Trying to stay within 10 points total for the match from the Melbourne Vipers so they can collect that extra bonus point as well when this set concludes.
Oh, great dig. Well done, Tom Heppenstall. Looks like that set was probably a bit tight for Sando there from Damo. Just couldn't really do too much other than just set it over. So well handled there by the Steel.
That's unfortunate from Ryan, but that happens. Like, you can't serve conservatively because teams will just eat that up and just have all their options available to them. You've got to go after the serve.
Especially now that you've got Dill Lucchesi coming back. Very powerful serve. So
he's going to go after
If he gets an ace here, that hurts. Jinxed him. You did say it was my go to have a bit of commentator's curse.
It's a worldwide phenomenon, the commentator's curse.
Sorry, Dill. That's on me.
You can apologise to him later. That's all right. That's a great pass from Manjot.
Oh, James Kay. Well done.
He's found his groove again.
Manjot.
Have to
Great
give credit
pass.
to Manjot.
Yeah.
He literally has not passed a ball in probably an hour and has just dimed that.
Yeah. Did get best receiver in the Victorian State League.
Yep. We've played against him many times, and it's someone that we don't look to serve too often.
No.
Oswald Tan doing a great job to take after that serve. And that defensive touch.
Oh, they'll be unhappy with that. That was a great dig.
Yeah. Unfortunate net touch there from the Perth Steel.
Quinn Borchard getting another dig as well. He's having a cracking debut.
You can probably comment on this as well, but I think the Melbourne Vipers have such a great block defense system. It makes it easy as a libero to figure out where you need to set up more times than not.
Yeah, I think it just takes the guesswork out of it, as I sort of touched on at the start of the match. So, I mean, I can only really speak for the Vipers, but it is such a well-researched unit. We do a lot of homework, lots of video during the week to sort of understand hitting tendencies. So yes, you're right. I think the block system's so well refined, and it does make it a bit easier to get those reads, but you still have to get the digs, and they're doing a great job for that.
Noel Van Gem's trying his absolute best to put the ball on the floor. WA Steel just getting everything up.
He had like 3 cracks at it.
I actually thought Damo was going to set him again.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate from Sando, but...
All square here. 4 all in the 5th. Tom Eppensall back to serve. Yeah, foot fault, another one. That's the third.
Third for this match. Don't think we've seen one for the entirety of the AVSL, but we've seen 3 this match. That just goes to show how aggressive these servers are trying to serve.
Net touch there.
I think Gil Lucchesi saw the tip and just tried to reach for it, just overdid it a bit.
Yeah, it's probably a bit unnecessary, to be honest. It wasn't a great set. Kai Landers had to just tip it over. I think Dill on review won't be too happy if that. A bit of a waste. Oh, man shot.
Knows where to place the ball.
He's so crafty.
Yeah.
His wrist action's so whippy, so snappy. Get the revs going on that ball. Just put it in the perfect spot.
And he's not a particularly big player, and my God, is he intelligent and he's crafty. Viper's got to be a bit careful here. They've still got to be a bit more, say...
Just look after the points a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think especially on a standing float like that one from Damo. Oh my gosh, they're just trading
blows.
But yeah, I think it's when you do get in these situations, you just got to look after the serve a bit more. Like, especially when you're just doing a standing float. Oh, another service error.
Maybe we need to get on the stadium mic and let the players know. All right, let's see what Ryan Slater can bring.
Hopefully he can put it in. Get some volleyball rallies going.
There we are. It's a great pass from Sando.
Good block touch. Yeah, really good block touch there. I think that was super important. That just allowed the defense to nail that ball back in, which then just converted.
Not a lot of credit is given to block touches as opposed to stuff blocks, but you really got to give that credit because it can be the difference between Damo just reaching into unsafe territory there.
I don't even know if Damo can jump that high.
Well, he did get a block earlier, so he must be able to jump fairly high.
Again, really tight, but they've converted that one.
Damo arguing that's probably the same ball, but...
Stared him down.
Dylan's done really well to follow Damo right to the net and just bury that ball on the attack line.
Really well done. That was a good pass.
There we go. Caleb Watson been a bit quiet the last few sets.
It's good to see the middle activation still happening.
Currently 9-all in this 5th and final set. What a crafty touch from Tom Heptestall there.
Good recycle there by James Kay. Again, great block touch.
That's up.
Oh, well done.
There's
Great
Caleb
rally.
Watson. That's what he wanted to do before.
Really, really, really great rally there. Again, it's just the block touch. It takes the pace off, makes it so easy to play defense around. Even we saw that recycle ball there from James Kay. Really smart.
The Melbourne Vipers call their last power play. There's Noah Games.
Great ball from Damo as well.
Yeah. Don't play together super often. That is the challenge with the Mahindra Australian Volleyball Super League, is you don't often play with these players. They've found their connection. So that's the second power play for the Melbourne Vipers. Oh, sorry, the first. They'll take it. They're on to their second now.
They're just discussing the score here. Just making sure it's all right.
So just confirming they are on their second power play rally now. Oh, that's unfortunate.
And we've actually missed the Steele have also called a power play.
Potentially that was what they're talking about. So that's 2 points to them, I think.
Yeah, so the Steel are on their second and Vipers on their third. Oh, wow.
That's really unfortunate.
And Steel getting away a little bit here now. And still another power play to go. So this will be the last one for the match.
If they can get this, it'll be real beneficial for them, I think.
Oh, even ugly serve.
Unsure about the decision there. I wonder if he should have just put that in.
Yeah.
But I rate the aggression.
Hunter Hopkins coming back in.
Perth Steel still in a good position to take this set. 14-12 up. They've just got to fight this server right now, Paul Sanderson.
Tell you what, his feet were really close on that one as well. The ball's too long, but
he's really testing these
really
line
testing
judges. Yeah. On both sides. All right. Tom Heptestall now. Let's see what he can do for this one.
Great serve.
Quinn's fought that off really well.
Oh, not the best free ball pass there. And it's cost them. I think Tom could have been a little bit more careful with that one. They did really good job to put Vipers out of system, forced the free ball, and they've kind of thrown that point away with that first touch.
That's something that's been a bit of a trend with the Perth Steel. I think they've really got to take care of their first ball touches. Vipers just confirming which server is to go back right now.
And potentially the score as well, I think.
Yeah.
I think they're just making sure that it's correct after these power plays, which
can be a bit confusing because we're not used to we're not used to
going on.
Yeah.
But no, I think by the looks of it, we're all squared away. It's all correct.
15-13 Perth Steel way.
Oh wow, the one-handed.
Oh.
A bit of Hollywood. Oh.
Viper's not super happy with that. It seems they thought there was a bit of a net touch.
Oh, wow. 16-13 Steel. It's getting a bit tense in here.
It is getting a little bit intense. I think Viper's just got to move past it, reset, focus on the next point. They can still fight back here. They've just got to focus.
Well done, Hunter. That was a tight ball. Oh, no, James Kay.
Tip for tip. I reckon he could have taken one more step and got that. It does feel fast when you're in the moment there.
Last point. Set point to the Steel.
Set point. This is valuable for them. Real valuable. They'll be happy with this performance in this last set, I think. But it's not done yet.
Good aggressive serve. Oh, man, shots. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Manchard seemed
no.
pretty chuffed with himself after that one, I reckon.
It wasn't pretty.
The standing roll over the shoulder.
Wasn't pretty at all. I think it was not a great set from James Kay.
They made it work.
Manchard's made it work. I think Steele will be pretty disappointed with how that one's played out. And there you go.
There it is.
That's the end of the last set here.
So Perth still did a good job to refocus. They got their extra 2 points from the set. They probably got the bonus point.
I reckon it'll be very close.
It'd be really, really close.
But I dare say that they probably have. Great game.
Really good game. Great performance from the Vipers. It'd be good for them to get this win under the belt. Good for them to get their confidence back after losing to the Perth Steel last year. I'm excited to see how the rest of the season shapes out. These are another 2 teams that will probably play each other again.
Yeah, I agree. I think they probably will see each other in Adelaide. It'd be great if they did, because this was a fantastic game.
This is a great show of athleticism from both of these teams. Thanks for joining us with the Mahindra Australian Volleyball Super League Round 3 at MSAC. We hope to see you on the next one.